Alright, on to black. So black's is combined. So white is combined with white black, so there's some black in there, and white red, which is the reanimation spirit ether. Blue is blue green and blue red. And black has black green and black white. So let's see how black's doing. Starting with Adventurous Eater, a 3-mana 3/2 that comes in prepared, and for 1 mana puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and you gain a life. This is good. 3-mana 3/2 is just good, and then for 1 mana put a +1/+1 counter on something and gain a life. Yeah, I like that in limited. That's a good card. Arcane Omens. 5 mana, converge. Target player discards X card, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast their spell. Nope. Again, the converge mechanic doesn't really do it for me. In limited, this is going to be at most 3. 5 mana makes someone discard 3 cards is like... Unless it's the last 3 cards in their hand, and they're all bombs that they just can't afford to play, is very uninspiring. And like, if you're playing a 2-color deck, it's just useless. If you're playing a 5-color deck, 5 mana, discard 5 cards is like bone crushing. But the chance that you're doing that is like very, very low. And by turn 5, again, your opponent's going to only have like 3 or 4 cards in hand at most, unless they're like playing a bunch of blue draw spells. Like, I don't really care for this converge mechanic. Arian Deathbloom Botanist. Okay. 3 mana for a 2/2 with Death Touch. Sure. Whenever a creature you control with power or toughness 1 or less dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life? How many 1 or less stuff can we get? How many, can they still make pests? Is pests still the Witherbloom mechanic? Because if you can just flood the field with pests, this creature has to be removed. Like, your opponent has to use removal on this. Could you play this and you have like 3 pests up that could just the solo block stuff when your opponent throws stuff at you? Your opponent's just getting fucking slaughtered. Right? This has to be. This is terrifying if they have a lot of ways to make pests. Burrow Banemaker, a 1/1 with Death Touch that can make itself bigger. But you don't care because it's a 1/1 with Death Touch and you have a Deathbloom Botanist. So you're just killing their creature and they're losing 2 and you're gaining 2. Fuck, that's gross. Okay, sure. Cheerful Ostromancer, a 4 mana 4/2, comes in prepared, and it has Raised Dead. Oh, it's return time. Sorry, it's not raised. It's not the proper, not Zombify or whatever. Just Raised Dead. Return target creature card from your graveyard. Still good. To be fair, Reanimate still good in limited because it gives you your best creature back. So this is still fine. This is I mean, a bit expensive at 4 mana for a 4/2, but if your opponent has a 4 mana 4/4 and you play a 4 mana 4/2, you still trade. Preferably after you've used Raised Dead so you can bring something back, but you still trade. Cost of Brilliance is 3 mana. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life, but a +1/+1 counter up to 1 target creature. So this is just better. Whatever the draw 2. I guess no. Usually for black, it's like 2 mana for draw 2, lose 2. So this is slightly more expensive. So you're paying 1 for a +1/+1 counter, but I don't mind that at all. This is maybe the first like draw spell I'd actually be happy playing in black because it does something on the board as well. Okay, so what is oh, 5 mana, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life, and then you get it every turn. This is not good in limit. Not unless you're planning on using the lose 2 life to go over the top and burn your opponent out, but that's very unlikely. Or there's a bunch of ways for you to heal, which we did see one earlier, so maybe. But this is gonna ramp up. This is gonna kill you fast. This in Commander is just fucking bananas, right? 5 mana, I draw 2 cards a turn, every turn, and lose 2, but I have 40 health. This is another, like, terrifying Commander card. I think in Limited, this probably kills you more than... This probably kills you faster, unless you've got an absolute fucking bomb that just wins you the game. This kills you fast. So, I don't know. Draw 2 every turn. The first time you play this, it sucks. I think from then on, it's good, but it kills you very quickly unless you have ways to heal. Dissection Practice. 1 mana, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1. 1 target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. 1 target creature gets -1 mana. Yeah, I like this. This is a good little instant. Drain your opponent for 1, win a combat somewhere, get rid of their small thing. Or just guaranteed win a combat because yours gets +1, theirs gets -1. Yeah, this is good. This is really good, actually. Emeritus of Woe. They get Demonic Tutor. That's the black card they get. How much do I give a shit about Demonic Tutor? I mean, again, in like Standard or Commander, this is probably terrifying. But in Limited, unless they have like a huge bomb, and like if they've got a mythic rare Emeritus of Woe and also a second massive mythic rare or rare bomb that they search up for Demonic Tutor, fucking congrats, bro. You won the lottery. Go get a fucking... Go buy yourself a lottery ticket. Like, fuck off. Right? Right? Like... This is probably scary for, like, getting removal. That's it. But it's a 4 mana 5/4 that comes in prepared, so you can Demonic Tutor immediately. And at the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures died, it becomes prepared again, so you can keep spamming Demonic Tutor. Again, this strikes me as Commander. But it is probably still half decent in Limited. It's a 4 mana 5/4, which is already something, and then you can get, like... Because again, like, don't imagine, you're like... When you see other mythic rare black cards or in other colors, like black-green or black-white, don't just be like, oh yeah, I'll just use... That's why I'm running the Emeritus of Woe. That's why Emeritus of Woe is good, because it can get all my other rares and mythics. If you get Emeritus of Woe and then a bunch of really good rares and mythics that also fit the colors with Emeritus of Woe, you're winning that game. It doesn't matter. Realistically. Right? This is... So you're probably doing this to like search up removal and stuff when you need it and things like that. Still good though. I'd still be very upset if my opponent played this against me and I couldn't remove it and they got a Demonic Tutor off. I'm saying I cannot expect my opponent to go, you know, Emeritus of Woe, Demonic Tutor, next turn, you know, 6-7 mana giant green game-winning bomb, right? Because or like one of the dragons, like the Witherbloom himself or something. Like if that happens, I'm just gonna get up and be like, yeah, no, you got the best pack out of every pack that was handed out. Cool, thanks. Right, like, sure. End of the Hunt. 2 mana, target opponent exiles a creature or planeswalker they control with the greatest mana value among creatures and planes. That's a good card. Because it's, you know, it targets them, so protection doesn't work, and it hits the greatest value. So you can guarantee it on whatever their scariest thing is. Great removal. Eternal Student. 4 mana, 4/2. Exile this card with 2 mana. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create 2 1/1 white and black ink creature tokens with flying. Good card. Like, again, it's a slightly overpriced at 4 mana, 4/2, but it probably trades with something or does a bunch of damage and then comes back with more flyers. Yeah, this is... Or comes back as 2 flyers. Yeah, this is... card. Foolish Fate. 3 mana, destroy something. Sure. You gain life this turn, that creature's controller loses 3. Sure. This is better murder, I guess. Again, it's removal. You take this at every opportunity. Forum Necroscribe. A 6-mana 5/4 with ward, discard a card. Sure. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Probably really good in the what was it? The Silver Quill all removal and self buffs deck. Yeah. Probably just really good in that. I think by itself it's overpriced. Like it's a 6-mana 5/4. But it's annoying to remove, and it is removal bait, because if your opponent gives you a turn with this on the field, and you play 2 or 3 cards that target creatures, you have an instant field again, right? So I think this is actually probably pretty good, depending on, you know, how many instant sorceries you can get into a deck. Grave Researcher. There's Reanimate. 3 mana for a 3/3. At the beginning of upkeep, surveil 1. With 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. And you can reanimate for 1. Sure. In limited, you are going to die to reanimate eventually. But also, if you do already have 3 creature cards in your graveyard when this is out, and one of them is decent, you just keep you just reanimate that one, and then if they kill it or they kill another creature, you can just reanimate again. Like, you will eventually die, but you probably kill your opponent first, right? This is the card I was worried about. Reanimate, staple to a dude. You do have to play this guy, and then wait a full rotation, and then surveil 1 and have 3 creature cards in your graveyard before you can do it. And you can only do it once a turn. But that's probably all you need for like reanimating some stupidly huge bomb, right? Last Grasp. 2 mana, type creature gets -3/-3. Sure, removal. Lecturing Scorn Maid. A 1 mana 1/1. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Again, it grows. It's 1 mana. This is exactly what you want in that Silver Quill. Everything gets bigger when I play an instant or sorcery deck, which can be full of just fucking removal, right? You could just play white-black removal and just have like 10 creatures that grow whenever you play removal, and it's gonna be good. Weirdly. Leech Collector, 2 mana 2/2. Sure. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, it becomes prepared, and for 1 mana, each opponent loses. Sure. This is fine. It's a 2 mana 2/2, totally fine. If you are gaining life, you could just vamp your opponent, or not vamp, but just keep pinging your opponent, which will eventually kill them. You'll get there. It'll take time, but you'll get there. Masterful Flourish, a 1 mana for target creature you control gets +1/+1, gains indestructible until end of turn. Sure, this is a fine trick. Doesn't give Death Touch or anything, so you don't guaranteed kill whatever you're fighting, but indestructible's good, so sure. Because you could just play this to keep something alive when someone tries to destroy it, right? Melancholy Poet, 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Again, this is good as well in that deck. I like this. All of your removal pink drains your opponent, or all of your buffs drain your opponent. This Silver Quill deck's looking scary, dude. Mosi Bane's New Dean? What the fuck is this thing? Okay, a 3 mana 2/1 with flying. When he enters, you create a 1/1 pest. Whenever it attacks, gain a life. Okay, so not when it dies, when it attacks. Fine. And at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you get. So this whatever, the Witherbloom gain life deck looks interesting. So the two that we've seen that I think have look interesting are Silver Quill. Whenever I play a spell, everything fucking happens. Whenever I play a spell that targets something, and the gain life. Because there's been some cool. There's been like so we've got the Dean, we've got the Leech Collector, we've got Foolish Fate. This dissection practice you can do whenever. Where was the other one? Oh, and the Death Bloom, right? This also, and the Adventurer's Eater, actually. So, like, there's a good collection of stuff that just is going to gain you life and drain your opponent, right? So, you could kill people fast with this. Because you're probably only going to get, like, 1 to 3 life back with this. But everything we've seen, he costs... So, the Dean costs 3. He can't get himself, but the Leech Collector costs 2. The Bane Maker costs 2, the Botanist costs 3, the Eater costs 3. So you can get all of them back if all you do is attack with a pest and it dies with the Botanist on the field, right? I mean, that's okay. That's not terrible. This guy looks cool though. If I like drew this guy in my pre-release, I don't think I'm going to a pre-release, but if I drew this guy in a pre-release pack or a draft, I would probably try and make it. Poisoner's Apprentice, a 3-mana 2/2. When this creature enters, target creature and opponent control gets -4/-4 until end of turn if you gained life. That's good removal staple to a guy. Like, if you're in the life gain deck and you have a way to trigger it, this is great. And it's when pests attack now. So you could just attack with a single pest, gain 1 life, just play this guy. Yeah, good. Post-Mortem Professor, a 2-mana 2/2 that can't block. And when it attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. 2 mana, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's why, because you can return it, but you can't block with it. Okay. This is good as well. Right? This is just another card in the machine of I gain life, you lose life. You're like there's a world here where your opponent's losing like 3 or 4 life a turn when you attack and you're gaining that. That's just rough. Pox Plague. Fucking Penta Black? What does this do? Oh, each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards in their hand, sacrifices half the permanents they control of their choice, rounded down each time. Okay, this is funny, but this is probably not good. Right? This again. This is like, I play this in Commander, the table fucking hates me. This is just rude. I don't think this is good in Commander Limited. I don't know where you'd play this, but this is just rude. Pull from the Grave. 3 mana, return 2 target creature cards from the graveyard to your hand, gain 2 life. In the life gain deck, maybe just good enough. I think anything else is fine with black in it, because you can reanimate your 2 best creature cards. But I think in the life gain deck, this is just 3 mana, gain 2 life, trigger all your life gain stuff. Like, desperate times if you've got no creatures, trigger all your life gain. Rabid Attack. 2 mana, instant, till the end of turn, any number of creatures you control, each get +1/+0, and gain when this creature dies, draw a card. Oh yeah, that's a great card. I love that. All your pests going fucking ham, and you just get to draw cards off all of them dying. Fucking yes, please. I'd probably run 1 of these. I don't think you run more than 1, but you definitely run 1 of these, probably, if you're doing, like, pests and stuff like that. Ral is back? Ral Zarak Guest Lecturer. Wasn't Ral blue-red? What the fuck happened? Why is he black now? Sure, whatever. He's Silver Quill, I guess. 3 mana for a 3/3. 3 mana for a 3 loyalty commander. His +1 is Surveil 2. Sure, that's kind of whatever. -1, any number of target players each discard a card. Again, kind of whatever. -2, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from graveyard to the battlefield. I guess protects himself, but puts him down to a 1 loyalty. And the ult is flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, or X is the number of coins that came. So his ultimate is just rude. I mean, it's a Planeswalker. If you're in Limited and see a Planeswalker, guess what? You've got a Planeswalker. You're probably playing it. But this is just rude, right? Like, his ultimate is just, fuck you. Like, what the likelihood is at least 2, maybe 3. So your opponent skips 2 turns. This is rude. Like, imagine you play up against this guy and you can't kill his Ral and he -7s and gets 3 heads and he just goes, cool, I just take my next 3 turns. You just sit there fucking salty as fuck while he just takes 3 turns. Right? Like, that's rude. It's not even good. It's just offensive. Imagine this in a Commander game as well. You flip it, come up 5 heads, 1 person has to miss 5 turns. They're just after that they're just either getting up from the table and leaving, or they're just killing you. Right? Like, there is no in between. They're either just gonna leave the table because they can't be fucked, or the moment they get their turn back, they just drop everything, turn it all sideways, kill you in particular. I don't care what the other 2 are doing. I don't even care about winning. You die, then the rest of it happens. Right? Like, this is just pure just... Yeah, just being a dick. Like, this is Ral being an asshole. Right? It's not even good. It's just, you just be a dick. Yeah, I don't think he's great. I mean, you play him +1 to Surveil 2. Sure, kind of whatever. The discard for -1, I don't think you ever play unless your opponent has exactly 1 card left, and then you pray it's something good, not just a land. The return type creature is just, you know, if you need something to block for him. And then the ultimate is just rude and funny, but, you know, you're probably not getting that. Scathing Shadelock. 5 mana for a 4/6. At the beginning of your first main phase, it becomes prepared. And for 1 mana, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains Death Touch. So it's a 5 mana 6/6 with Death Touch, pretty much. Okay, sure. That's a big old guy. And even if it's not big enough itself to start attack, whatever you give the +2/+0 and Death Touch to, your opponent doesn't want to block. Give it to a pest. A 3/1 pest that gains me a life, but it has Death Touch, so now you can't put anything in front of it. This is just good. And it happens every turn. Gross. Scheming. Oh, there's Sign in Blood. That's usually what black pays for draw 2, lose 2. You get Sign in Blood on top of every... There's like 3 different Sign in Bloods in this set. One of them happens every turn. 2 mana for a 1/3 flying lifelink. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you gain 2 or more life, it becomes prepared, and then you Sign in Blood. Okay, so it's essentially if you healed enough to pay for the Sign in Blood, you can Sign in Blood. That's probably really good. It's a 2 mana 1/3 flyer that has lifelink, so it's going to heal you. All you need is an extra way to gain a life a turn. Or if you have the 3 mana guy that has +1, gain a life, but +1/+1 counter, this becomes a 2/4 flying lifelink. Like, this is just going to be, you gain you get essentially a 2 mana Sign in Blood that does no damage to you every turn because you're healing for the 2. So this is, yeah, I like this card. This is really good. Send in the Pest. 2 mana, each opponent discards a card. You create a 1/1 black-green pest with whenever it attacks, gain a life. Love it. If you're playing the gain life deck, do it. Fucking make pests. Even in Silver Quill, there's people that like, there's stuff that likes tokens, right? So just do it. Make them discard a card, make a pest. Nearing Shade Writer. A 5 mana 3/3 flyer. When it enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. I mean, pricey, but it is a flyer, so... Also, this is Silver Quill. Why is this guy doing the whole game, the whole lose life, gain life mechanic? Isn't this Witherbloom's thing? I don't know. But sure. I'd maybe run it just because it's a flyer and it gains me life if I was doing the life gain thing. I don't know if if I had nothing else, I'd run it in Silver Quill, but I'd run this in the life gain deck because why not, right? Tragedy Feast. A 4-mana 7/6. Yeah, okay. With trample and ward, discard a card. Sure. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice a permanent unless you gain life this turn. So, either you have to be attacking with pests, have one of your other... Like, this is good. It has to be good. I feel like the old version of this was good. So, in the old StrixHaven, they had a 7/6 demon that cost like 4, and you had to sacrifice a permanent every turn. And you were just sacrificing... It was good then. It's good. It's even better now because you don't have to. Yeah, it's still going to be cool. Like, the only way this card is bad if you play it naked on a board. But if you're playing this naked on a board with nothing else on it on your side, you're probably lost, right? You're probably so far behind, it doesn't matter. Ulna Alley Shopkeeper, a 3-mana 2/3 with Menace, and this creature gets +2/+0 as long as you gain life this turn. Sure, it's a 4/3 beater, I guess. The most unexciting card we've seen in black, but like, sure. Wander Off, 4-mana exile. Take it every time, removal. Withering Curse. 3-mana sorcery, all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If you gain life this turn, destroy all creatures instead. The board wipe, you take it, right? If you're the one in charge of the board wipe, you always take the board wipe. Yeah, you always take it. You always take it because it's a board wipe. Sure. Oh, we're done! That's the last one. Okay, what do I think of black? I think black's doing pretty well for itself this time, right? Like, Silver Quill already looked scary, and there's just extra Silver Quill to go with your Silver Quill in this one. Well, actually, there's not that much. There's this guy who's good because he's just going to ping your opponent over the top and drain you. Oh, yeah, no, the Lecturing Scorn Mage was good as well because this grows from turn 1. Turn 2, probably. But, you know. There's a bunch of just removal stuff that the deck's going to want. Oh, and this Necro Scrap. Yeah. No, there's a bunch of good stuff. Silver Quill and Witherbloom looking fucking terrifying, right? Yeah. I really like this Dissection Practice card as well. For 1 mana, it does so many things. It triggers so many things. Because your opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. It triggers all your healing effects. 1 target creature has +1/+1, triggers all of your Silver Quill, I target a creature. And 1 target opponent creature gets smaller. It's just, I'd pay a mana for like gain -2/-2 or whatever. Like Stab. This is essentially your opponent's creature gets -2/-2 because they get -1/-1, you get +1/+1. So this is like Stab, but better, and you gain like it triggers everything. This is a great little card. Like, I would be running 2-3 copies of it quite happily. It is an uncommon, so that maybe I don't get that many, but I would play a bunch of copies of that little card. Alright, that's it.